Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Planet Trains and Comic Books channel. My name is Matt, and today we're going to review Batman Killing Time #1. But before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see more of. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it. All right, we got the cover here for Batman Killing Time #1. It is a DC comic. It is one of 6. And it is by King, Marquez, and Sanchez. We start off outside of a bank. This large gentleman in an overcoat walks into it past the guard and just stands in line. We don't see his face or anything here, but the guard is looking at him very weird and suspiciously. And when the gentleman in the overcoat gets to the counter, he requests all the money from the bank and grabs the teller through the glass and pulls him out. So we cut to Gordon at the police station, who is getting calls about this being the work of a supervillain, not just a regular human. So even though he's kind of reluctant, he's like, well, I guess I have to call him in. He turns on the bat signal. In the meantime, the president of the bank is at his house, and he gets a visitor who says that he is head of security. But when he enters the room, it is obviously the Riddler. And the Riddler is saying, you should answer that. It's a call from your wife. Batman shows up at the bank after Killer Croc has kind of gone ham on everybody in there. He actually finds the security guard dead from earlier, and he does something I thought was funny. He calls out from behind the counter and makes Killer Croc think that someone there is going to help him get the money. We cut back to the Riddler and the bank president. We are finding out that the bank president's wife is actually being held. This is part of a bigger plan. While Croc distracts everybody at that bank, the Riddler is going to take the bank president to go to another bank. We cut back to Batman as Killer Croc approaches the counter where he heard the person say that they would help them. He leans over and he gets pulled across by Batman. And we get some nice art of Batman and Killer Croc fighting. This page specifically is pretty cool, where you see the damage they're doing to each other. And then we cut back to the Riddler, who is now inside of a bank vault. The vault houses safety deposit boxes, and he picks one out and he opens it, and it's got what he wants. But we as the audience don't see what it is. He's very excited, and apparently this has something to do with a riddle or something that he wanted to solve. So that's where I'm going to leave it. I don't want to spoil anything else. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good comic. The way Tom King is writing this is there's a bunch of jumping back and forth between time periods. So you definitely have to pay attention to what's going on each page. That made it so you were very engaged in the story because you were trying to figure out what was going on and when and fitting all the pieces together. I thought the art was really good. The design of all the bad guys I liked a lot. Catwoman is in this, and she's got her costume from like Batman Returns, so it looks pretty cool. I thought Killer Croc looked really good. Sometimes he can be a little hit or miss in his design. And there's some background stuff I didn't really get into with the Penguin, but his design is pretty cool too. He's more along the lines of from Batman Returns as well. So overall, I liked it. It was intriguing and made me want to read more. So I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. And if you saw something you liked, definitely go pick it up at your local comic book store, and we will see y'all in the next one.